Hello guys, welcome back. It's Illogical as always, and today we're going to be watching the dev live stream for Predecessor because I need to see what's happening. I need to see what they've been cooking. So, let's party hard and let's see what's happening let's see what's coming up. Can't wait to see.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's Predecessor live stream.
So the first thing that they covered on their stream, which I was quite happy about, was seeing that they had done the what do they call it, Winterfest map. Now, there was a lot of things that they spoke about during this part of the stream, so there was a great amount, like a battle pass, the new overall map design with obviously Winterfest. They had brought up all of those different kinds of things, so they did during this part. So they're talking, just generally just chatting about it. Now I have to just get this out of the way. The team behind this game is goated, so they are, because they actually listen to their community and they actually care. So that's a big thing that I do want to bring up. So it is, and yeah, I have to say right now, these guys are cooking with what they've been given. What they are doing, they are cooking with it. The new map looks absolutely amazing, but I think the nitty gritty comes a little bit later. So it does, because predominantly they did spend a bit of time on the new map and how it looked. As it says, it's a winter themed map. Obviously fantastic, so it is. Now on top of that, they also leaked a few other pieces of information. As says, the dev stream is according to them their biggest patch to date, which okay, I'm intrigued to see the differences, because at the same time I'm like, what changes have you made that is going to horribly affect my build crafts? This is because they didn't get into any sort of nitty gritty details with like items and heroes and stuff. I think the patch comes out in 2 weeks time. I think they said in 2 weeks time, because they're going to be releasing the trailer for the new hero next week. So that is going to be interesting, because they didn't want to leak the new hero. Now I don't know if they have managed to leak it since then, but that is what I know of so far in this particular spot. They did bring up an awful lot, obviously to do with the battle pass. It used to be 10 levels, now it's 30 levels. So that's pretty damn awesome, the fact that they're introducing like a battle pass, like a thing to grind, so to speak, which again I'm more than happy for. The more content I get, the happier I am, because by God, I think everybody already has copped on by this stage that I love Predecessor, so they do. But yes, more content is always going to be welcome. The next thing that they were talking about was ranked mode and the changes that they're making to ranked mode. Now, again, I haven't really delved exceptionally deep into ranked mode. I know they're doing a few UI changes. As says, this is literally the Cliff Notes version of the dev stream. I do recommend you go and actually watch the full dev stream and support them. Obviously, I recorded the entire stream so I could have actual footage to work with. But they were talking about how ranked mode is getting shifts, changes, and things like that. There are just all in all very good things going towards ranked mode, which is very good, because it is something that I do want to delve into later on. As it says that there's mostly just after whenever I decide to actually go super try hard and super sweat and decide to go right, then it's time for me to get Paragon on this game, because it is one of those things that I do intend on doing. Just I'm holding off on it because that there's going to require a grind, so it is. But they are bringing more changes to ranked mode, more UI changes, more quality of life changes, all the good stuff that you would naturally expect from a good development team. And quite frankly, what I have seen thus far is well impressive. So this next one that I'm quite happy about is they're allowing people to buy not the 100% accurate early access bundles, but variations of them. People had been asking, how do we get access to the early access skins? And so for a safer version, rather than giving away the actual true early access skin, they are going to make a variation of the early access skin so you can get your hands on it. As it says, this is great because it's more skins for more people to help support. Yes, I agree to the way that they've done it. So I do, because you still want to keep that. As it says, if I had the ability to get early access, I would have taken it. That's no doubt about it. I would have taken it. I would have used that there to support. But unfortunately, due to circumstances and a potato laptop, that didn't happen. unfortunately. So I missed out on the early access skins. But indeed, yes, they're re-releasing the early access skins as a version or a different version of them, which is still good because no harm. I quite like the crunch skin. I'm not going to deny it. So this change caught me well off guard. They're making a few changes to the buffs, which I'm all for at this stage. That just makes it more fun. As I say, the way to make it, not so much make it more complicated, but make it more interesting, I think is the best way to put it, is they are changing up the way that the buffs work. So they do. So this comes in 3 parts, so to speak. The first part is the bugs will now evolve after 21 minutes. I think that's exactly what he said. After 21 minutes, the bugs evolve, making them 1, more difficult to kill, and 2, they also give you an additional buff. So speed buff gets extra zoomies, shield explodes. The purple, I think, gives you additional ability haste, and the attack speed one gives you omnivamp. So the bugs have been changed, so that is a good, interesting piece. So it is. The second thing that was changed was the Orb Prime now gives you Prime Return, which is a weird way to say that there. So basically your recall is substantially faster, which tends to be a running gimmick in games where after you've taken Orb Prime, you immediately back to spend the gold and basically start your push again. So this basically speeds up that process. The third change is where the intrigue comes in for me, because something tells me there's going to be a lot of early game aggression thanks to this little ability. I think there is going to be a lot of early game aggression. So what they have said is the little orbs that normally come with you that signify which buff you have, be it blue, red, green, orange, black, or purple. If you kill an opponent with that, you will get that buff, which means that there will be a lot of cycling buffs at any one time, which means that there's going to be a lot of aggression. It's going to give people more incentive to go in on you rather than not go in on you, which is weird. But it's going to be one of those really weird situations where the gameplay is going to really take a turn after 20 minutes. That's if nobody surrenders, that is. But it will take, there will be an interesting change till after the 20-minute marker. So there will be, and with the upcoming changes, that's gonna my jaw kind of hit the ground whenever I heard the rest of the changes coming up. This particular change caught me off guard. They're going to be adjusting the projectiles, so they are. So I have had this happen to me quite a bit whenever I have been playing carry, where my bullets, I need to lean to my bullets, if that makes sense. So they've somewhat fixed that, but they've said that they've made the projectile 3 times faster. But not just that, they're also going to keep a very close eye on this. So they're going to keep an exceptionally close eye on the projectile speed and see how abused it is, I think is the best way to say it, because there's a few characters that it does particularly feel weird with, Grim being one of them. The projectiles for Grim feels really weird, so they do. But I do know of other characters that have really, the projectiles just feel weird, so they do. But they haven't just modified it for ranged basic attacks, they've also changed some abilities. They did say to keep an eye out in the patch notes. As says, the second I get my hands on the patch notes, I will review them in full, because according to them, this is going to be one very, very, very chunky patch. So, it's going to be interesting to see. So it is. I'm very, very curious to see what they're going to say about this, because, well, how this is going to be integrated, 1, and then how it's going to be abused, 2. It's going to be one of those really weird scenarios, but they did say that they are going to keep an eye on it and make sure that it doesn't break the game per se. So, yeah, into a little bit more of the nitty-gritty stuff, aka map-related stuff. They have added map adjustments. Basically, around the pit areas, they have basically opened it up a lot more. It's not as claustrophobic or closed off as it used to be. It's a lot more open, so it is, and that means that there's going to be a lot more shenanigans at play. On top of that, they removed the step that is used in both the Prime Orb and the Fangtooth, so it's a lot more open, which means that the fighting will be a lot more thick. That, to me, is going to be very interesting, so it is, and I can't wait to see how that plays out. other than that there, the next major thing that they really did add was teleporters to the map. So there's one in solo lane, one in carry lane, or one in off lane, one in carry lane, duo lane, and basically, yeah, this is going to add a lot of shenanigans. This is going to add an abusive amount of shenanigans to the game. I'm all for it because these guys are just taking risks at whatever the hell they can think of, which is absolutely goated in my opinion. They're trying to make the game more interesting than normal, and to me, that is so good. It means that they are willing to take risks in the game because they can, and if they have a not a brain dead idea, but an absolutely loopy idea that would be considered absolutely ridiculous in a game like this here, for them to add something like this here means that they really are willing to think outside of the box, and basically with them adding this here, I can't wait to see what they add next. It's literally just like that, so it is. So another thing that they did later on in the stream was they revealed a winterized brawl map, but also the fact that you can run 5 of the same hero in Brawl. All I can think of is I think the host said it more accurately, is it's mostly, Brawl is just down to the sheer amount of chaos. It's not a competitive game mode, it's just a chaos game mode. And that is exactly what this is. With being able to choose the same hero, it's like, what even? Like, just the pure and utter chaos that this could invoke. As I said, I don't play Brawl, but I could see me getting 4 mates together and having an absolute stupid amount of fun with this. So I could see me and 4 mates picking this up and just going ham on it. This to me sounds like so much fun. So it does. It is actually borderline scary. So it is. This to me would be utterly fantastic to see, so it would. But no, so it got the winter treatment, it got the Winterfest treatment, as well as the able to pick 5 of the same hero. Again, in my opinion, total chaos and total madness, but I'm all for it. This next bit strikes a little bit closer to home because I think everybody already understands what my opinion of being toxic is. Like, at least I will, like, they're going out of their way to punish AFKers and DCers and stuff like that there. I'm so happy they're doing this here because I'm sorry, but I'm fed up dealing with people like that there. Not just that there, they're also dealing with people that just spam surrender all the time. Basically, they're not willing to fight. And that annoys the life out of me because it has cost me matches in the past where I've been on a roll, but because our carry has died 3 times in the first fucking 10 minutes, they decide, right, time to DC, and it's just like, why? Just why? Are you really having that bad of a game where you're just going to DC out of spite, or just because you're just being, I don't know, is it being petty? I don't know what it is, but trust me, that's for a completely different time and tangent, so it is. I will leave that till a podcast or something because it's a separate tangent. I'm just so happy that they are making actual progress on trying to be able to deal with this level of crap, because I'm not going to deny it, it is exceptionally annoying, and those types of people just sour the entire game for me. Look, I get called toxic for being bloody honest, but at least I don't fuck up the game for everybody else. And then finally, they're adding more stuff that you can spend your amber on, which is, I'm honestly not going to complain. They're going to be adding more stickers, cosmetics, all the good stuff. So they are. They're just going to be adding in more stuff that to just give you a reason to spend amber instead of hoarding it like I do. But I am starting to spend my amber, don't worry. But no, I'm happy with, like, all in all, just as a quick Cliff Notes version of everything, I am exceptionally happy with what they are doing. As says, bringing in battle passes and stuff like that there. Again, I'm happy with the battle pass. I don't mind that there's optional content in my opinion. But normally, there's a free path and there's a premium path. Again, the free path normally gives you good stuff as well. So, again, not going to deny that there. Obviously, the map changes, obviously very good. The only thing is, though, and I will have to wait until the patch notes come out, is because there's been actually no balancing done. But then once I get the patch notes, then read through the patch notes, then I get to see it, because something tells me they were throughout the stream, they were very hesitant to say certain things, or didn't want to bring up spoilers of any kind, which again, fair play, that's 100% to me. But again, my curiosity is tweaked. I need to see what's coming in the new patch. I cannot wait. Once we get our hands on the patch notes, guys, I will do a full patch note dive, so I will. And I will give you my opinions on the patch notes, as always. But for a full stream, yes, I am quite happy with. I did sit down and I watched the entire stream, and then while it was still fresh in my head, I broke it down for you. As is, I just sort of committed the core parts of the stream to memory, if that makes sense. So I'm sort of kind of just running off it. As says, I have the audio there if I really do want to go back and re-watch the entire stream. But as says, there was just certain things that I didn't really delve heavily into, that being the likes of the ranked. But they had spoken about a lot of things. What I do recommend that you do is you'll probably find the full stream on YouTube somewhere. I'm not going to deny that. Somebody's probably uploaded it to YouTube at some stage by now. If not, the Predecessor official channel anyway. They'll likely have done it too. But go find the full stream. There is quite likely I have missed something. I did focus during making this video. I literally just focused on the core points of everything, so I did. And I do mean just focused on the core points of everything, because it's the core nitty-gritty stuff that I wanted to hit. So yes, all in all, guys, I'm very happy, and I'm assuming what we've seen in this dev stream is only about half, to be fair. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe if you didn't enjoy. And remember, not everything goes to plan. Bye!